Our friendship group is in crisis.
Well, it's like game day. I have to watch the other team play. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now.
I mean, about the hair part, not about the rest of it.
Right. It should be apparent to all of you that Mary chose not to join us tonight. Disappointing, to say the least.
Why didn't Mary come?
I spoke to her the other day. She was pretty upset about everyone speaking behind her back about her church. Esther from Washington said there was a lot of talk this season about whether Mary's church is a cult. Meredith, Whitney, and Jen, you attended Mary's church. Do you believe it to be a cult? Meredith.
I didn't see anything at the church that would lead me to believe it was a cult.
Whitney.
When I attended, no. I question now.
Jen.
I think every church is a cult to some extent.
Mm-hmm. Mary said so many insightful things in confessional, and I gained respect for Mary watching the episodes. Like, kind of, she has this kind of like weird ability to read everybody like the Bible.
I don't think they're accurate reads, though.
Oh, I think they're right on the money.
Like what? What did she get right?
Like Lisa doesn't know how to be real.
Oh my
that
God.
was the truest thing I'd ever heard.
I know, that's why you loved it. You're
No,
so
I heard her.
textbook.
She
It's
said
okay.
things about me, Lisa. She
Yeah.
said things about Jen.
I know how
she
to
said
be
things
real.
about
I am
Whitney.
real.
Danny from Iowa City said, Lisa, did it surprise you to see Meredith so tolerant of Mary's ignorance?
That's a great question. Let me think how I want to answer this.
It's yes or no.
I was shocked that Meredith wasn't more vocal, but I do know that Meredith does not like unacceptable behaviors. So I was shocked that she wasn't as vocal as I normally would expect Meredith to be.
Jenny.
Can I speak to that for 1 second?
Yes.
You know, there's a lot that, every relationship has a different dynamic. And Mary and I have a lot of moments where we speak one-on-one. Mary knows exactly where I stand.
I guess what good is it if you don't call her out in front of the other women or on camera, because then here we are having
there's plenty
a
on
misinterpretation
camera.
of you.
There's plenty on camera.
Who thinks Lisa is the pot stirrer in the group?
I'm like right here. I think there's
Don't raise your
more
hand,
than
Jenny.
one.
I think there's more than one.
One's on that couch and then one's on this couch.
I think that Lisa does a brilliant job of stirring the pot, and I always take the baton.
Why do you think Lisa, you raised your hand for Lisa?
I'll be real honest. I feel like I was played a fool.
So
Played a
do I.
fool. So do you.
I.
Who played you for a fool?
We'll talk about it.
Jen, do you feel like you apologize more than the other women?
Absolutely.
Margaret from Lake Geneva said, Heather, you felt like Jen's apology was genuine enough to move on, but I wouldn't be able to move forward with Jen after being called Shrek or Honey Boo Boo. How can you?
Because it was a bad joke that she said behind my back to a random person. And I would rather deal with someone that makes really bad jokes with low-hanging fruit that I enjoy and like, and I can get over it. I got over it. And I think she's deeply sorry that she said those things. Are you?
Absolutely. And you know,
Do you think I look like Honey Boo Boo?
No. And Shrek is because you were acting like an ogre to me.
I was donkey.
Because
She was Donkey and I was Shrek.
No, wait. Who else called her Shrek? Who else was talking all kinds of stuff? There's a bunch of other stuff going on, but I always get called out.
You're
for
looking
it.
at Lisa. Did you call
I never
her Shrek?
called Heather Shrek.
Oh, you've called me horrible things,
I have
Lisa.
never called you
You've
Shrek.
called me a
I have
Lego
never-
figurine. You've called me
Oh, I did
horrible
not.
things.
Oh, I
Lisa,
did not.
Yeah, you know you have.
I did not. I did not.
Well, Lisa, you've called friends on this couch that you've known for 10 years a piece of garbage horror. I would rather be called Shrek every day
Tell
than be called
everyone
the
all the
horrible
things you call me
you've
and the
said
lies you
about
tell
your
about
friend
me.
of 10 years.
That was in a rage in my
You
room,
know what?
and we'll address
I think
that.
it's how you really feel because it was
No,
so
it's
ugly.
not.
That doesn't
But
come
you
out
can
in a
keep
rage.
saying that.
That
That
is
is
the
not-
Lisa Barlow that I've known from day one. I'm glad you
From
finally
day one,
revealed
since
yourself. I've said you're going to
2017.
reveal yourself, and you
Okay.
finally did.
You've
The
revealed
curtains were
yourself.
pulled back,
Okay,
and
you've
that's who
revealed
you
yourself.
are, and it's very
I
ugly.
knew that this was going to happen. I had
You
one
did because
moment.
you called your friend of 10 years a fucking piece of shit garbage
I'll
whore.
stop talking until I
And
can
that's the
speak.
smallest of the things you said. But I'm gonna like preserve everyone's dignity and let you face that. And I'm not gonna bring it
Did you
up.
call her a Lego figure?
I never did. I got sent a picture from their best friend that had her and said, "This looks like Heather." I have
We
never
saw the
said
text.
that.
That's how we know.
I haven't
that's
said
what
that.
You said.
I haven't said that. And I'll show you all of them.
We've seen
I will
them.
show you
We've
all of
seen
them.
them.
I haven't
Angie
printed.
showed us everything, and it is exactly the way you
Did she
spoke
show
of
you
Meredith.
her husband calling you trash and you trash and
We've
everything?
talked about all of it. We
Okay.
just spent a week in
Do you know
Cabo
what I
with her
think is
husband.
fascinating?
Because they are
Listen,
authentic people,
listen,
and they only felt
she-
that way about us because of the horrible things you said. And now that we're
I've
all
never
friends,
talked to them about you
and
guys.
we know how you
I have
really
never
feel about
talked to them
everyone
about
on
you
this
guys.
stage, you've
I
been
did
revealed,
not.
Lisa.
I
So
did
own
not.
it.
No.
Own it, or we
I
cannot
will own
move
what
forward.
I didn't say. 100%.
Is a Lego figurine bad?
She just meant because my body is like too square.
It's body shaming.
Body and fat shaming. It's a
I
big
know
thing
I don't
for
fat
her.
shame you or body shame you. I think you look great, Heather.
I sent you a text and I said, if you love my family, please stand up for it. I am in immense pain, suffering daily. What you decide is right for you, I will always respect. But I am asking for a friend. I have gone through what no one should ever. I am hurting. I love you. I'm in extreme pain and feel
And
alone.
this was
And
about
those were the things you had to say about me after that. After I had called you, after my father had passed, when I was struggling to make arrangements for him, when I was going through a lot of stuff with my family, those were the things you had to say about me after that.
I was there
It
for you with
actually
your.
started
I was
before
there
that.
for her for her father. In
okay.
fact,
Escalated.
I
know, but
called her.
You're having a. It's not landing with her.
Okay, it is
so-
landing with me. I hear what you're saying about your dad. Listen, Andy, I'm sorry. I hear it. There's a lot coming at me. I just need a minute.
Okay.
There's too many people.
Okay.
Okay, so to address, I feel like I was there. I
Okay.
know I was there.
It sounds like
know,
it didn't land.
I know I was
Okay.
there for you. I know.
Let me jump ahead. In a season of jaw-dropping moments, this was at the top. You say, Meredith can go herself. I'm done with her because I'm not a whore.
I was gonna
And
read
I
it.
don't
Thanks,
cheat
Andy.
on my husband. Her and her dumb family that poses. Why don't you own a house? Well, you can't. Because your husband changes jobs every 5 minutes. Meredith is a piece of I have your back. I'm offended by that. You, that piece of garbage whore. I hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She can go herself. So
That's a lot.
And I want to say something about it. The content is absurd. That's how you feel about me. That's fine. None of
It's
it's
not.
true, but that's okay. I don't really care about that. The venom and hatred that the delivery came with is what resonated. I couldn't even sit and watch it. I'd stop it. It took me about an hour to get through it. I was sick, utterly sick.
it kind of seemed like some sort of a truth dump for you.
No,
Like
it wasn't.
Do you think she's a whore?
No,
you
I
think
do
she
not.
half
I'm
of New
glad
York?
you asked that. Do
Okay.
I think you
I have
4.2
slept
million
with
people?
fewer
No.
people than I have fingers, okay? So there you go. New York City is pretty large.
Since I'm a potster, if the shoe fits, wear
Wait,
it.
wait, can I
She's
please
told
stop?
people before this even filmed.
I did not.
Exactly that.
I'm
I
sure
did
she
not. I did not. I did not.
Hey, Meredith, you should call Sarah Jane Warner.
I have never talked about your marriage. I have never talked
You
about
didn't
you
think the
before
cameras
that
were
rant.
on, you
And
revealed
I'm
your true
sorry it was caught
character.
on audio. I called you right after the. I made a lot of comments that I feel sorry for. Are my words awful? Yes. Was I at a breaking point? Absolutely. Was I in the privacy of my room? 100%. I could not take anymore. Do I regret saying it? Yes. Am I sorry? 1,000%. Meredith, I can't say it enough how sorry I am. I am.
After the arrest, did you consider quitting the show?
We did have a discussion, me and Coach and the boys, and I was like, no, I'm innocent, and I felt like I need to tell my story.
How do your lawyers feel about you being here today?
Oh, they were ecstatic.
Lisa, after the arrest, it seemed like you were immediately trying to distance yourself
No, I was
from
not.
Jen.
Yes,
no, I
you
was not.
were.
No, I'm going to speak for myself. You don't
I'll
get to
speak
speak
for
for
you
me.
'cause you speak for
No,
everyone
no,
else.
I do not speak
Yes,
for
you
everyone
do.
else. Okay, I'm going to answer the question.
No,
and I,
be quiet.
No, I'm not gonna be
speak for you.
quiet.
You did.
No, I did not. I
Yes,
called,
you did.
Don't.
You called all your lawyers.
Can you tell me what's going on? Would Homeland Security show up for that? I mean, like, I'm like literally shook. Is something bigger happening? Should I be stressed? I'm physically shaking.
I called 6 lawyers because there was no information. I called them and asked them, is there anything on the docket?
Like the docket, like some legal
That is
legislation.
a smart response. And
What was your reaction to her calling the lawyers?
Any
she's
claim
guilty of
against you is
something.
on the docket.
I don't know what the docket is, but
Google it before you judge.
You Google it.
You know what the docket is, and I've explained this to you.
Don't talk to me about
Okay,
doc. I know
okay,
what it
bitch.
is.
Yeah, then you should understand, and you shouldn't be going this
What are
hard.
you even talking
Don't
about,
Call me,
doc?
don't call me. Does that make you feel good?
Jen?
It
that
does
make you
because
feel
you're
good?
everyone else up
Oh
here.
yeah. Okay.
Jen.
Okay. Just pile on.
I can yell just as loud as you. I can poke just as far as you. I can do this just as
Okay.
much as you.
Okay.
We
I
keep
see
going
what you're
all day
doing
long.
here. I see what you're
Oh,
doing
what are you
here.
do-
I
what
see
am I
what you're doing
doing?
here. Turning the narrative.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else that you didn't get to say today that you feel is important for you to say?
What I want to say is thank you for those of you that have been there, because you never know, your one nice word that day could be the difference for somebody. And also, I just hope we can do better in the future and not judge people, and myself included.
You gonna be on the couch at the end of season 3 with me?
Of course. I ain't going nowhere.
All right.
Okay.